Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. Today we're talking about Walking Dead Dead City as we finally got a premiere date confirmed. They had the IGN Fan Fest today, and I think it's progressing throughout the rest of the week too, but they did a Walking Dead Dead City panel, and of course Jeffrey D. Morgan, Lauren Cohan, and Scott Gimple, I believe, were all there to discuss the upcoming season, what we can expect, and just the state of The Walking Dead as it is now, and just everything that's been going on with it, the maturing of the characters, and just the progression of their storylines and whatnot. But we were expecting that we were going to get some form of Dead City content, whether that be a trailer or just some new footage. We did get the opening minutes of the new season, and I'm going to break down a handful of pictures that I grabbed from the footage and everything and just talk about it. But also, I just want to point out my new background piece that I got. I did a video about it yesterday, so please be sure to go check that out. It is a piece of the Alexandria Safe Zone wall. Very excited to own a piece of Walking Dead history, and so I did an unboxing yesterday. This can be purchased from the Woodbury shop there in Sonoy, Georgia. They have an online store you can go. It's a pre-order only right now, so it will take some time. That took 2 months for me to get that. But very excited to own that piece and everything. Just have a piece of the Safe Zone wall, and just being a huge Walking Dead fan, obviously continuing to do videos, even though people go back and forth on whether or not The Walking Dead is even relevant anymore. But there you have it, a piece of the Safe Zone wall. So very excited to own that. So please go check out that video. But today I wanted to talk about Dead City. We've been speculating and theorizing and just flat out guessing for months. When are we going to get a premiere date? When is this going to actually be on our screens again? Because there was a lot of people thinking, because they had announced it was going to be spring of this year, and just, I guess there were certain delays. There were reshoots involved. I'd done videos about that too. And so we didn't know when it was going to be on, and they finally gave us a date. It is actually within that time frame that I'd really predicted a handful of times in other videos, where I knew they weren't going to do it in April because The Last of Us Season 2 is premiering April 13th, and I didn't think they would want to compete with the same opening weekend and everything. So we are getting it in May, on May 4th to be exact. So may the 4th be with you for those Star Wars fans out there. But so we're going to talk about this upcoming season and just break down a handful of these photos and everything. So let's jump into it. This opening scene, we've seen this a handful of times. This is a very familiar setting. This is just the skyline of Manhattan, New York, with the Statue of Liberty there, just in complete disarray, everything run down, burned down, complete deterioration over the 10 plus years since the world went to shit. And then we jump into our next shots. We have a sky shot also of Manhattan, New York, just the wildlife, the growth of nature taking back over and taking the world back, taking back everything since the fall of man. And so it should be interesting. This is one thing I really have enjoyed about this show, is just the scenery taking place somewhere else besides all those years within Georgia or Virginia, if you will, and just getting a new set, new scenery, new environment. So I've really enjoyed that part of it, and just I'm always a fan of seeing how cities and everything have fared over the years, where they lie as far as the deterioration that's involved in everything. But moving on to the next one, we have a shot of a walker from the back. Now this footage, mind you, it does not involve any of our main characters. This is just the opening minutes of the first episode, kind of reintroducing us back into this world. But we get the shot of this walker, and then we start hearing music playing, and it is back in the New York groove, and I think it's been redone by several people, but it's a very awkward song to be playing for a situation like this. But we see this walker making his way down the street, and then he gets kind of distracted because we hear a garbage truck coming down the way, and the garbage truck's been outfitted with a plow of sorts, where it's just plowing through all these cars that have since been left to rot in the streets and everything, and making its way to the walker. Then we see a sequence of men jumping out that's all in this PPE, this protective gear, and taking out the walker, throwing it in the back of this truck. And then you see we got this shot of this walker in the back of this truck with other walkers. So they're actively going out there and collecting walkers. Because if you recall from last season, they are producing methane. They are using the corpses of the dead to produce this methane. And it's going to be used even more in this season as I go through the shots. But our next one, we just see them in their little facility stripping down these walkers, and then they throw one buck-ass naked into this tank to be broken down and using their decomposing bodies as it's putting off the methane and everything. And jumping into the last shot, it's this shot that we got from the trailer where we see the city coming back to life because they're using these decomposing bodies to produce electricity. How it works, no idea. But it's a very interesting concept, and I'm very excited to see just where this goes because we're seeing the reformation or the expansion of the Barazzi, and with Negan coming in, being that leader again, just what he will bring to the table and whatnot. So I'm very excited and just ready to see this next season. But if you enjoyed the video, you enjoy my breakdown, please be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing, come back for more Walking Dead content just like this, and I will see you later. Take care. Bye.